I'll tell you about it.
Play it, but I love it.
It was a very. I was 21. I wrote the song in '80, whatever. But I was 21 when I met Allison, and she was a very famous singer in England. I mean, in Australia. And this is what I talk about. How a lot of my songs have really dark starting points. And her husband was the producer of Zoot, the band that I was in. And he produced our biggest record, which was Eleanor Rigby, that some of you may know of, the heavy metal version that the Hollies thought really sucked. But, and I hooked up with her and it was just awful. And so obviously you can tell from the lyrics it's something that, you know, a guilty pleasure. But I usually change the names of things like that, and I didn't on that one, and I'm very sorry I didn't, because I made it very public in Australia, and everybody kind of went, oh, I know who he's talking about. So, but she was a great person, and he was a great guy, and I was a young guy that didn't really know what I was doing, and put my foot in, where I shouldn't have. It wasn't really my foot, but, you know, yeah.
Whatever rocks your world.
Whatever rocks your boat. And so, later on, Living in Oz, the whole album is actually about kind of dealing with the fame, the sudden fame, and it made me think a lot about my beginnings in Australia. So that's why that song came out then. And a kind of odd note to it, I just recently wrote a letter to the government in Australia because Allison had been busted for drug possession, and they were trying to put her in prison. She was just the sweetest girl, and just couldn't imagine somebody frail and beautiful like this going to prison. And unfortunately, all our letters from all the Australian artists didn't help, and they ended up putting her in prison, which I think is just a disgrace over something like that. But I have great memories of her, and we, you know, if I saw her again, I wouldn't put my foot in it anymore.
How about a chorus?
Young and tragic, I really felt the part. Well, we were sweating and screaming, tearing out his heart. And I was short of the wind and the wires, crying in sympathy. The star-crossed lovers alley, and you and me. My pleasure was that it felt so wrong. It grew too fast, too strong. Don't you think your friends are talking Allison? But blaming it on me, I'm blaming it all on love. Don't you think your friends are talking Allison? Just a little bit of sexual tension under the guy.